The twist in the stream. Chapter 1: The Hook. It always began with the laugh. That sticky, sing-song, jack-in-the-box kind of laugh, like something mechanical wound too tight. It wasn't the laugh of a normal man, though it belonged to one, at least on paper. It belonged to Mr. Twist. "Hey, Twisters," he chirped, every night to an audience spread across the whole world. "Are you ready for something wild?" The face filled millions of screens. The boyish grin, the sharp jaw lit just right, big brown eyes that sparkled when he leaned close to the lens. He was the king of fierce dreams, urban myths, demon games, cursed places, midnight seances. Everyone knew the voice, that rhythm in which his words rolled over themselves, half mocking, half inviting, like he was telling you a secret that only you were ready to hear. He wasn't just famous. He was magnetic, in a way people joked about but never questioned too deeply. Because questioning it meant asking why his laugh sometimes echoed inside your head even after the laptop had been shut. And night after night, somewhere out there, as his chat screeched, people swore they saw something. A figure, wrong-colored, wrong-angled, flickering in the background of the video for a single frame. Nothing you could screenshot. Nothing you could repost. But enough that the faithful watchers, the twisters, whispered in private discords. He isn't just performing. He's showing us something real. Chapter 2: The Town of Willard. Willard, Maine. A town like any other small-town tragedy stuffed too far up I-95, where winters kept everyone inside and summers came hot and sticky. A half-abandoned mill squatted at the edge of town like a busted tooth. Shutters peeled, the trees strangled the sidewalks, and folks who hadn't left yet spent too many evenings staring at beer puddles in the Driftwood Tavern. But Willard had something no other town wanted: a rumor, a curse. Every 27 years a child went missing, not in a wave, not in a crowd, just one at a time, like a clock striking midnight. A girl taken walking home from softball in '68. A boy gone in '95, last seen near the tree line, always unsolved, always hushed. And this time, in 2022, the math lined up again. So when Mr. Twist teased in his trademark sing-song voice, "Next Saturday, Willard, the Hollow Man live, don't miss it," it was like thunder cracking open the town. Phones glowed across the night. Teenagers squealed. Merch stores started printing tees. The old men at the diner muttered and spat, trying not to admit the crawling dread at the back of their necks. And in the woods beyond the mill road, something laughed. Chapter 3: Eli Barker. Eli Barker was 15 years old and a total twister. Every stream, every highlight, every whispered Discord theory, he was there. His dad had died of an aneurysm a few years before. His mom tried, but the silence in their house was the kind of silence you felt. Mr. Twist's manic voice filled those voids. This time, Mr. Twist wasn't only on screen, he was here. "I heard he's gonna go into the mill," Tyra Walsh told Eli on the way home from school. Her hair tumbled into her face as she walked. "He just makes stuff up," Eli said, pushing his voice flat. "Everything's for clicks." But something in his belly twisted. His dad had been 15 once. And 27 years ago, in '95, a boy disappeared. Chapter 4: Arrival. Saturday fell heavy, sky swollen and gray. Willard felt twice as alive and half as safe. Mr. Twist came marching down Main Street with his crew, 2 cameramen with gleaming rigs, a boom mic girl, and a manager with a laptop bag glued to his hip. The madhouse crowd swallowed him whole. And God, he knew how to work them. He dove into selfies, winked at kids, let them shout his catchphrases into his mic. He gave them everything. Until he looked past them, the way his head turned slow, his grin wilted at the edges. He was staring at the thick wall of trees past the hardware store, at the shadows shifting underneath. And for the first time on camera, for just a breath, Mr. Twist looked afraid. Chapter 5: Pre-stream. By 8:00 that night, Half the town had gathered in front of their screens. Some sat 2 blocks away in the crowd outside the mill. Others hunkered inside with bowls of popcorn, clicking the live chat to full speed. Eli sat alone in the basement, light low, bitten fingernails pressed into his palms. The stream began with Twist's signature entrance, dark screen, faint creaking, then his chuckle dripping through the speakers. His smile popped into frame, teeth too white under the flashlight. "What's up, my beautiful Twisters?" His words came syrup-slick. "We're here, deep in Willard, Maine, and tonight we find out whether the Hollow Man comes calling." The chat exploded. Behind him stretched the mill, broken windows like black teeth in a busted mouth, no lights, no sounds, only the trees pressing in. Chapter 6: The Hollow Man. He walked inside, camera following, his sneakers crunching glass, his flashlight cutting pale slices. "Local legend," he whispered. "Kids vanish every 27 years. They say he comes from the dark. They say you'll hear him laugh before he takes you." And then the audio cracked, just once. A hollow laugh rose and sank like a stone dropped down a deep well. The chat screamed, streams of "what was that?" blurred on the side of the screen. Emojis burst like fireworks. But Eli didn't laugh. He couldn't, because he heard it not only from the speakers, he heard it in the basement room with him. Like someone hiding inside the walls. Chapter 7: Truth Revealed. On screen, Twist's smile warped around the edges. He kept speaking, but his words slipped, stuttered. Then he tilted his head toward the camera as though seeing past it. "Twisters," he whispered, and Eli swore, his eyes locked straight on him. "You're not just watching anymore. You're in." For a second, the livestream fractured, multiple faces layered on Twist's flesh like a deck of cards thrown in slow motion. Children's faces, 30 years of missing children. Their mouths opened as one, silent, stretching. Then his face snapped back to its usual grin. The crew behind him was gone. Chapter 8: The Basement. In Eli's basement, the laughter swelled to a splitting point. The walls shivered, lights flickered out. On screen, Twist walked through corridors that weren't the mill anymore. They were brick tunnels, dripping black water. He moved like he knew them, like he'd been here hundreds of times. And far back in that tunnel, something shuffled forward. Long legs, too many joints, a bald head that stretched too high. The Hollow Man. Twist stopped, still smiling. "Ladies and gentlemen," he whispered, "meet the one who made me." The figure bent close to him. Its mouth opened wide, wider, and sank straight into him. But it wasn't consumption, it was communion. Their mouths merged, their laughter braided together. And on every screen in Willard, and around the globe, the watchers felt the heat of it crawl down their spines. Chapter 9: The Take. In Eli's basement, the darkness spread across his feet. It oozed, thick and alive, climbing his legs. "No," he gasped, trying to pull up his phone to shut the stream. But the flashlight glow from Twist's face pushed out and touched him, like a hand through glass. "Gotcha, little Twister," Twist whispered from the screen. And then Eli's scream cut off. His phone hit the carpet. The live chat hiccuped as one username blinked out. Across the town, another child was gone. Chapter 10: Epilogue. The day after, Mr. Twist uploaded his edited version. The creepy corridors, the flashlight, the hiss of the Hollow Man. Screamed up reactions, cheesy editing, booming outro music. It racked 20 million views in 24 hours. The police never found Eli. His mom screamed herself hoarse. Willard moved back into its quiet slump. And the fans, the Twisters, they begged for the next episode because once you'd heard the laugh, you couldn't stop. Somewhere in the woods, somewhere behind the glass of every glowing phone screen, it was still laughing, laughing and waiting. The end.